Assalamu alaikum dear students. आज हम कॉन्शियसनेस इन टू ट्रिक माइंड सीरीज का थर्ड लेक्चर डिस्कस कर रहे हैं which is very interesting one, that is psychology of dream. Why we dream, what we dream, and what is the process of this dreaming. So what psychology says about the dreaming process. Our today's discussion will be about the dreams and how we dream. Someone said that when the mind rests, the unconscious mind whispers. So that's what we dream. That's what we call a dream. So today we are going to discuss and debate on some interesting facts about dreams and what a dream is, how psychologists defining is, how sociologists, and how cognitive, biochemists are defining it. Then what do we dream? What comes in our dream and what we are dreaming all the time? Why do we dream? Reason क्या है? हम ख्वाब क्यों देखते हैं? So in that context, we will be discussing some theories as well. So there are some interesting facts about the dreams. The very first one is our mind is more active during a dream than when we are awake. And it's because the dreaming phenomenon is happening during the REM stage of sleep. REM stage of sleep जो है, जो fifth stage of the sleep cycle है, वहाँ पे सिर्फ एक कॉन्शियसनेस की जो डेफिनेशन का एक पार्ट है वो पूरा नहीं होता. वी आर नॉट इन कॉन्टेक्ट with our environment. The rest, the internal body is fully awake and the brain is fully processing. And it all happens in our subconscious mind. We are not doing this consciously because we are not aware. As for the definition of the conscious, we are not conscious about our mental processes as well as the environment around us. Our dreams only see familiar faces, isn't? But you people say कि नहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है, हम तो ऐसे लोग भी देखते हैं जिन्हें हमने कभी नहीं देखा होता. So usually जब हम consciously कहीं पे जा रहे होते हैं तो हम हमारे जो सेंसरी इनपुट्स हमें जो मिलती हैं उनमें से कुछ को हम कॉन्शियसली प्रोसेस करते हैं और वही याद रहती हैं हमें, जबकि कुछ मेजॉरिटी 90+ % ऑफ द सेंसरी इनपुट्स अनकॉन्शियसली प्रोसेस्ड और वो अनकॉन्शियस में रह जाती है, जो सबकॉन्शियस में रह जाती है. That doesn't mean that we have met these people. Rather, we have seen them somewhere, we have read about them, may have seen their pictures, and so on and so forth. We can't read in our dreams. This is very interesting things. We do so many things in our dreams, but we can't read in our dreams. Rather, any things which is consciously be done. For example, if we are looking in the mirror in a dream, so we will be having a blur image of us in the mirror, because that watching our own self or someone, that is our conscious process. So similar things happen to the reading thing as well. We cannot read in our dreams, and we usually didn't read in our dreams. may have the books in our hand. हमारी किताबें साथ हो सकती है, कॉलेज के माहौल में, यूनिवर्सिटी के माहौल में, क्लास के माहौल में हो सकते हैं, but it's not the way that we are reading there. So that's what research is saying all about. Sensory incorporation. For that, to dream well and to dream, we need sensory incorporation, because disruption causes issues in our dreaming. और इसकी वजह से जो ड्रीमिंग है वो कभी ब्लर हो जाती है और कभी, चूंकि इसके लिए रेम स्टेज में जाना जरूरी है. REM stage is the last stage of sleep process. So वहाँ पे जाने के लिए we have been through the 4 stages, then we will go to the REM stage. So REM stage तक जाने के लिए the sensory incorporation, and that is very much needed. And another surprising fact is that 50% or more dreams of us are negative, because of our anxiety, our stress, our depression, so many things. So जो unconscious में जो खौफ बैठा होता है, fear of unknown, fear of so many fears are there. So that is manifested through our subconscious in our dreams. And that's why our dream can be a sign of anxiety in underlying stress. जिसमें हम कहते हैं हम गिर रहे होते हैं, हम डूब रहे होते हैं, and that is a sign of the things of what we can say uh, that it is telling us unconscious and subconscious is telling us that you are so anxious and you are so stressed. Dreams may be premonition, intuitive dreams. ये वो ड्रीम्स होते हैं जो जो फोर सी जिसमें हम फोर सी कर रहे होते हैं अपने फ्यूचर के हैपनिंग्स को, मोस्टली उन हैपनिंग्स की जिसकी वजह से हमें डैमेज हो जाता है, समटाइम्स सक्सेसफुल भी और विशफुल थिंकिंग भी आप कह सकते हैं. बट दीज आर सो मेनी इंस्टेंसेस इन द human history are there when they have written the dreams, the person who dreamed about things and write it down, and that happens in the near future. For example, Abraham Lincoln and दूसरा जो Titanic डूबा था, and so on and so forth. Black was and white and versus colorful dreaming. Some people used to have black and white dreaming, and some have colorful dreaming. So it has nothing to do with our retina thing. Rather, it's our exposure. Either we have been to expose and the previous times जब black and white TVs हुआ करते थे और उस तरह की कलरफुल टीवी या जो मोस्टली एक्सपोजर था वो उतना नहीं था पिक्चर्स वगैरह के. सो दैट्स व्हाई जो कलरफुल ड्रीमिंग है, ब्लैक एंड वाइट ड्रीमिंग है, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन आवर एक्सपोजर टू विच थिंग्स वी वर एक्सपोज टू, और वो कॉन्शियसली सबकॉन्शियसली वो हमने प्रोसेस कर ली थी. ड्रीम्स रिचार्ज आवर क्रिएटिविटी, इंक्रीजिंग are giving cues to problem solution, because at that time our unconscious thing is an indulgent thing. So if we are in a situation where we are so indulged in a thing, आप समझ लें कि उसमें बिल्कुल फनाफिल जिसमें गर्क हुए होते हैं उसको सोच रहे होते हैं, सो हमारा सबकॉन्शियस भी उसी को सोच रहा होता है, एंड सबकॉन्शियस इज मोर पावरफुल देन अनकॉन्शियस. सो वो सोल्यूशन ढूंढ लेता है. एंड सम ड्रीम्स हैज चेंज्ड द हिस्ट्री. And those were the dreams in which there were been वो कुछ जैसे सिलाई मशीन के जो साहब जिसने दरियाफ्त किया, he seen in a dream, and so many others have dreamed about अब्राहम जो दूसरा था टेलीफोन वाला, उन सब लोगों ने इन चीज को एक ड्रीम की सूरत में देखा, because they were so indulged in those things. इसीलिए उनको वो चीजें उनके सॉल्यूशंस नजर आ रहे थे. I mean they awakened, so they tried their level best in the physical world to to bring those things in the forefront. We always dream, we just don't remember. This is another surprising fact with the dream thing. देखिए जी, हम हमेशा ख्वाब देखते हैं, but the issue is कि most of us didn't remember. REM stage जो है, जो कि हमारे स्लीप का तकरीबन 10-12% होता है, उसमें हम ड्रीमिंग कर रहे होते हैं. So that usually each and every person is doing that, but it is up to the person who is remembering it or not. But that's so many tactics are there to recall our dreams as well. So what dream actually is? One researcher defined it like a sequence of images, emotion, and thought passing through a sleeping person's mind. एक बंदा सो रहा है और उसके एक सीक्वेंस ऑफ इमेज, इमोशन, थॉट्स प्रोसेसिंग हो रही है, बट देयर आर समटाइम नॉट अ सीक्वेंस इवन. So it's another definition is that dreams are the stories the brain tells during the REM stage of sleep, the rapid eye movement stage of sleep, when the brain, the subconscious is telling us what is there, what is with the unconscious, with the subconscious. Someone define it as a hallucinatory experience that occurs during sleep. Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica is explaining it that way. It's a hallucinatory experience जो कि नींद के दौरान हो जाता है. Biochemistry क्या कहते हैं? It's an electrochemical events that involve the brain stem area of cortex and eyes, जिसकी वजह से हम imagination करते हैं और जो चीजें हैं वो हमारे सामने ड्रीम की सूरत में आती हैं. So what do we dream? हम किन चीजों के बारे में अब देखते हैं. We usually dream of ordinary events and everybody experiences most involving some anxiety or misfortune because we human beings are more prone to negative thoughts as compared to the positive ones. So जो हमारे साथ हो चुका होता है ड्यूरिंग डे लाइफ में, जिसको हमने कॉन्शियसली इस वक्त सीरियसली नहीं लिया होता, उसकी उसको जब हम सो जाते हैं, so we are mostly our subconscious is thinking about it, processing about it. So that's how it comes in our dream. Daydream, familiar details of our life. जब हम daydreaming कर रहे होते हैं, even we are dreaming about our day-to-day life. REM dreams जो होते हैं, जो कि REM stage पे होते हैं, vivid होते हैं, emotional होते हैं, sometimes it's bizarre as well. Because unmet wishes के बारे में Sigmund Freud की theory है, psychoanalytic theory. Sometimes it's more creative. It's giving us the solutions to the problems we are indulging. Dreams with negative event or emotion, 8 in 10 dreams are negative mostly. Dreams with sexual imagery, 1 in 10 among young men and 1 in 30 among the young women. That's how, because we are subconsciously, we are thinking about it, and so it happened us that we have sexual imagery in our dreams. Dreams incorporating previous day experience most common. That's what we have done in previous day, और उसको आगे उसका क्या जानना है, उसका अच्छा एग्जाम होना है, there is something wrong with it. So in both of the case जो है ये होता है कि हम उनको consolidate करके incorporate करके कुछ साथ में उसमें इंट्यूशन या foreseeing का भी एक element उसमें आ जाता है. That's what we are dreaming about, and we'll be more discussing when we'll comes to the theories of dream as well. Why we dream? One is the very general statement is that we to satisfy our own wishes. This is what usually Sigmund Freud is all used to say, to file away memory. क्योंकि जितने सेंसरी इनपुट्स हमारे पास आते हैं, प्रोसेस होते हैं, उनकी मेमोरीज बन जाती है. We want to wash away those memories, so that's why we dream about it, and we once dream about it, and then it's fed away. To develop and preserve neural pathways, as we have discussed in the sleep as well, कि जब मेमोरी रिकॉल होती है, तो मेमोरी रिकॉलिंग के दौरान जो है न्यूरल नेटवर्क्स एक्टिव हो जाते हैं, and the active state of those neural network is actually preserving those neural network and neural pathways. To make sense of neural static, न्यूरॉन्स जो हैं वो बड़े स्टैटिक होते हैं, उनमें पल्स आते हैं, but that pulse is dream is making sense of those neural static things on the transmission of the neurotransmitters and all those. To reflect cognitive development, it is giving us that we are the species which dream very well, because we have so much cognitive development in relation to the biological brain. Manifest content, as Freud used to say, they remember a storyline of a dream as distinct from its latent or hidden content. फ्राइड साहब कहते हैं कि नींद में दो चीजें होती है, एक वो है जो हमें दिखाई देता है, और एक उसके पीछे जो अंडरलाइन लॉजिक होती है. So underlying logic is mostly not known to us. हमें पता नहीं होती कि what is happening there. क्योंकि Sigmund Freud के जो psychoanalytic theory है, which is mostly based on the unmet wishes and the sexual wishes as well. So he used to refer to those things कि जी कुछ चीजें जो हमें सामने नजर आती है dream में, it is actually manifesting something else which is latent there, which is underlying beneath these manifested content. And here are some of the theories about the dreams, that what do we dream? So there are some theories. Top of this is Freud wish fulfillment theories, who used to say that dreams provide a psychic safety valve, expressing otherwise unacceptable feelings, contain manifested remember content, and a deeper layer or later content, a hidden meaning. So Freud साहब और उनकी जो analytical school of mind है, वो कहते हैं कि जी this is the dreams is all about our unmet wishes. जो ख्वाहिशात हमारी पूरी नहीं हो पाती, so we dream about it. And that is a survival, actually, the natural fit in us. That is about, because if we didn't go through that, we will be exploded because of those unexpected, unacceptable feelings which we cannot express. So वो express होती है हमारे dream में, हम ख्वाहिशात उधर पूरी हो जाती हैं. So वो जो psychological stress होता है वो evaporate होता है. But what is the critique on that? It's like in scientific report, dreams may be interpreted in many different ways. Because Freud की जितनी भी case studies थी, that was only the storytelling of the patients, and he was giving the interpretation to those events, what he described as a latent content or a hidden meaning or underlying logic. There is another theory, that what we call information processing theory of dream. Dreams help us sort out the day events and consolidate our memory. Its main premises is that we dream because we want to consolidate our memories, what happens with us. So we want to consolidate it. But there is a critique that why do we sometimes dream about things we haven't experienced, and even about past events. हम माजी के बारे में कर रहे हैं, या कुछ चीजें जो कि हमने कॉन्शियसली नहीं देखी होती, जैसे कॉन्शियसली हमने एक्सपीरियंस नहीं किया होता. So if it is only consolidation of memory of the today's event, of the day event, so why we are doing that? There is another theory, that is physiological function theory of dream. It says that regular brain stimulation from REM sleep may help develop and preserve neural pathways. ये theory कहती है कि जो REM sleep के दौरान जो dreaming होती है, it's for the development and preservance of the neural networks. जो neural network जो imagination create करती है, वो memory recall होती है. ये memory recalling और ये सारा process इसलिए होता है कि neural network जो है वो contact रहे और वो preserved रहे, in contact रहे one another और preserved रहे. This does not explain why we experience meaningful dreams. Though we are many times we are going through dreams which has no meaning, but sometimes we have very meaningful dreams. So what about those if it is only about the neural network preservation? The another theory is activation synthesis theory of dream, that REM sleep triggers neural activity that evokes random visual memories, which our sleep brains weaves into stories. इस theory के मुताबिक जो REM sleep के दौरान न्यूरल नेटवर्क जो है वो एक्टिवेट हो जाते हैं और वो इमेजेस क्रिएट करते हैं और हमारे ब्रेन जो है उसको स्टोरीज की सूरत में लेकर आता है. The critique is that individual brain is weaving the stories, which still tell us something about the dreamer. If it is only the brain and the brain which is weaving the stories, making the story, so why it is telling about the dreamer? Okay? So it's I have a critique as well. Cognitive development theory of dream says that dream content reflects dreamer level of cognitive development, their knowledge and understanding. Dreaming stimulates our lives, including worst case scenarios. Cognitive development theory के main premises ये हैं कि जो negative dreams हम देखते हैं, जो dreams देखते हैं mostly negative होते हैं, या हमारे knowledge के understanding के comprehension के मुताबिक होते हैं, और ये हमारे lives को stimulate करते हैं. Worst case scenario भी हमें दिखा देते हैं. But the critique on this is doesn't propose an adaptive function of dream. हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि जी जो ड्रीम्स है, ड्रीम इज डेवलप्ड के कुछ हम पहले थोड़े हल्के से ड्रीम देख रहे थे, फिर जरा डिटेल्ड ड्रीम हाँ देखने लगे, which is not the case. So that's why we used to say that dreaming is still so mysterious, because that much a lot of theories are explaining about the dreaming, but it's still a mystery. So that was all about the psychology of the dream. We start with some facts about the dream. There are some very interesting facts, and we define the dream, what dream is all about. Then we have discussed that what we used to dream about, और उनकी reasons क्या हैं. Then we start that why we used to dream. और जिसकी हमने कुछ theories, theoretical explanation भी uh, हमने देख ली, which start with the Freud and with the cognitive development. But no theory is giving us complete scenario. That's why dreaming is still so mysterious, and we cannot fully say that why do we dream? So we cannot have a full or incorporating answer of all this. So that was all for the psychology of dreams. In the next lecture, we will be discussing the psychoactive drugs in its effect on the consciousness of a person.